We've got a bit of a rodent problem. We're going to set some traps and some poison and see if we can get rid of these guys.
Is this pretty common or no?
It can be. About once a year, I usually get a call from some tenant about some rodents. They tend to come in when the weather starts to turn,
Yeah.
I guess to get warm. So yeah, we're going to see what we can do today to get rid of these guys. I bought this place in January of 2005.
How'd you get into triplex investing?
Well, I always wanted to do it. My parents owned a couple properties when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I had a buddy kind of nudge me to call a mortgage broker, and the mortgage broker said he could do it, and here we are. It's been a little tougher lately. The last 3-4 years, the landlord's called all the shots, been in the driver's seat, and you could almost just pick what rent you wanted, what price. Now it's changed a bit. The landscape's changed with COVID and downtown properties. The supply's increased, and the demand has definitely gone down. I might have 25 people through in a day, in June of 2017. Now, I might get 2 inquiries a week on the same property, at a similar price. So,
What's the turnover been like since COVID?
I have 8 apartments, and 4 of them have turned over, and another one has told me that they'll probably be giving notice in the next few months, although they're not certain. So. Most of my rents are pretty close to market of a year ago, so now those rents have come down a little bit, so people are looking for, cheaper rents. Hi, how are you? A multifaceted approach. Sticky traps. Regular mouse traps, and poison.
Does this work for you?
Yeah, it does actually.
And peanut butter?
Peanut butter seems to be the best.
All right, these are trade secrets right here.
I think these are already baited, but I'll add a little extra.
All right, Mike. So where do you like to put your traps?
I normally like to put them in the kitchen close to the food source.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. And usually close to walls, because that's where they tend to hang out. Poison. I like to take the kick plate off if I can.
So you have a lot of experience with property management.
I do. And we can slide these under here. Maybe a little bit.
Do you deal with a lot of tenant headaches often or no?
There's the occasional thing. I mean, you might go sometimes 6 months without anything, and then, you have some pipes frozen when it's minus 20, and you got a flight to catch the next day, and you still have frozen pipes. So that was a rough one a couple of years back. But for the most part, it's not too bad. I mean, if you stay on top of your general maintenance and your HVAC, etc. Preventative stuff, you shouldn't have too many problems.
Think you'll get results?
Usually catch a few the first day, or at least 1 or 2. Thanks, Prab.
Thank you. All right, where are we going, Mike?
We are going to the laundry room.
Do you operate coin laundry?
I do not. I just sort of include it in the rent already. Coin laundry is a good idea. I would recommend it, but it's hard to flip that on tenants you have existing, that you have included laundry and then suddenly you don't. But I mean, you can switch it up if that's something you want to do.
Yeah.
But I've chosen not to.
So this laundry is shared with everybody?
Correct. This is emergency door only.
Oh yeah. Hopefully never used properties.
Yep. So my wife is a real estate agent. She works at a leasing center as well. So basically she screens all my tenants and she finds people suitable. And once she's found the tenant, I'm the go-to guy after that for any maintenance issues or problems tenants have.
What's your strategy? Do you plan on keeping forever? Do you plan on selling and upgrading, selling and moving into a different type of asset class?
I think this is going to be a long-term thing for me. If something way better came along and I think I could capitalize on, I would consider selling. But this place may be a generational. I may pass this on to my children down the road.
So you're a buy and hold strategy?
I'm a buy and hold guy. You can always refinance, pull equity out, and find some other opportunities with the money.
So what type of work goes into owning a triplex? Because I speak to a lot of people and they think you literally put your feet up on a chair and cash the checks.
Well, that's not true. I mean, for me, I would buy rental properties that were in a bit of duress, maybe not the greatest tenants, and you just work with turnover. As people leave, you fix the place up, you put some money into it, some sweat equity. Sometimes you just hire a contractor if you're too busy, and you get the place up. So that's kind of been my MO, and luckily the market's increased all these years, and I'm sitting in a good place now. So there is some work that goes into these. COVID's been especially busy with tenant turnover and showings and dealing with tenants. It's it's been a bit tricky, but it's still, to me, better than not being a landlord.